So I remember when me and my girl first started dating, she would do or say certain things that didn't sit well with me. And so I would internalize it. I would hold it in, I would bottle it up, won't say nothing. And this happened a few times. Where I am today, I was wrong, yo. It's not wise. So we're gonna talk about today why you need to express yourself in your relationships. And I don't want y'all to be like me, yo. I don't want y'all to be like me, cause it ain't it. Alright? So we're gonna be talking about that today, man. Communication and expressing yourself in your relationships. So stay tapped in. It's your boy Tay. This the Influence Channel. You already know the vibe. So with internalizing, basically internalizing things, at least from my understanding, it's basically keeping your feelings or your issues inside. Okay, basically bottling it up, maybe even suppressing it, maybe burying it, whatever that may be, but you keeping it inside. Why is expressing yourself so important in a relationship, especially when you have issues and unresolved things going on? One thing I realized, when you internalize and when you bottle things up, suppress your feelings, whatever that may be, you are basically in warfare inside. And I think part of the reason why it's like you have it's a lack of clarity, a lack of understanding going on, and you're just having your mind racing and thinking things, jumping to conclusions or whatever like that. It's basically your own interpretation of the information that you've brought in. You don't know whether it's true, you don't know whether it's false, you don't even know why. So there's a lack of clarity there. And when you're not expressing to your partner what you feel, they can't explain it to you. And I think part of the reason why we don't express ourselves in relationships, I think all of it is rooted in fear. Afraid of what your partner is going to think, afraid of what your friend is going to think. You know what I'm saying? Your parents, whatever it may be, whoever you're in a relationship with, you're afraid of what they're going to think of you. Or sometimes we're afraid that our feelings aren't valid. That was a big one for me. Because I learned from football that, just how society is towards men, our feelings don't really matter. We're going to keep it a bean. So even in football, we had a job to do, and how you felt about said job just didn't matter. You're here to win a game, you're here to practice, you're here to do whatever, and that's just how they kind of drilled us. So I would suppress that. So even if, again, going back to the situation with my girl, even if she says something or did something I didn't like, my feelings about that don't matter anyway, so I'm not gonna say nothing. So I think it's a lot of the times it's rooted in fear. And so I'm gonna give you some Bible. 1 John chapter 4 verse 18. There is no fear in love, but perfect love casts out all fear, because fear has torment. He that fears is not made perfect in love. Now what I'm focused on is the fear has torment. And like I said, with your mind racing, it is going to torment you. Because you're just afraid. And I know me, I'm an overthinker. So I'm just afraid, and I'm conjuring up all of these different possible scenarios as to why my girlfriend said or did what she did. Why my friend may have did what he did or said what he said. Through the time, you're going to build bitterness and resentment towards your partner. It's gonna be a lot of weird energy, or it may not even be weird energy. It may not even come up until the next moment that they say or do something wild, or that you take as, yo, you wildin'. You know what I'm saying? And again, in a relationship, how can you build this way? Another thing I realized is that, and this is recent revelation, Because me, I've always been a person to internalize. I've always been, yo, let me suppress it. I ain't even gonna say nothing. It is what it is. I'm gonna just pray to God and tell him how I feel. And even in telling God, it's like, it's not even that God isn't enough, because that's not the truth. I still have to see this person. And in your heart, there's something there that has been unaddressed. And the more you let it fester up, the more it's gonna just build. And as the more moments come along that they may say or do something you ain't like, whether it be big or small, it's just compounding. And eventually, something gonna happen. What I learned is that it robs your friend, your spouse, wife, husband, significant other, whatever, your family member, whoever it is. It robs them of an opportunity to change it. And again, I'm speaking from experience, and this is recent for me. I just figured this stuff out like last week. Depending on this video when it dropped 2 weeks ago. By me holding it in, my partner, your friend, whoever it may be for you, they can't make the change because they don't know the change needs to be made. They're completely oblivious to anything needing to be changed or fixed. If this person loves you, if this person cares about you, you voicing your opinion, you voicing your frustration or whatever it may be, when they hear that, no matter how big or how small, they're gonna keep it in mind and they're gonna say, you know what, I gotta fix that. Again, speaking from experience, my girl, she know my energy. So sometimes I may tell her like, nah, ain't nothing going on. And that irritates her because she's like, I know you, like, why are you sitting here fronting like you're not bothered, like something ain't off about you, like you getting me tight right now. But again, this goes back to before where it's like I don't feel like my feelings are always valid, or sometimes I just brush it off and hope that it'll go away, and I try to just fight through, play through it, whatever it may be in football terms. But yeah, it's robbery, and it's unfair to your partner, whoever that may be for you. You gotta express yourself for your own freedom, for your own sanity, because you are keeping yourself bound by internalizing and bottling things up. So you gotta get that off you, and the best way to get it off you is by letting your partner know. Because if they love you like they say they do, they ain't going nowhere, and they're gonna work and fix it. And if they don't love you, and if they not who you thought they was, they gonna dip. Either way, they not who you needed to be with anyway. So you still safe. Give God praise. I think you need to put everything out on the table, because the more you internalize, like I said, it compounds, and then you will implode. It's really that simple, and this is coming from experience. Trust me, I know it all too well. More than I would like to admit. I never did something. Nah, I ain't even gonna say a lot. But yeah, you implode. And those that you care about most, you may bleed on them too. And they ain't even got nothing to do with the situation. And then lastly, it's just for your future. Like I said, how can you build? You're not on solid ground because you're not letting your partner know your feelings. That's what I got for y'all today, man. Please heed my warning. Don't be like me, you heard? Do not be like me. And I'm not perfect. I'm still learning. I'm trying to break old habits that were formed from high school, middle school, things like that, you know what I'm saying? But God's grace is sufficient. I know God got me. And I'm gonna keep learning, and my girlfriend makes it very easy, very safe to learn. So, y'all stay up. Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments what y'all think, what y'all have experienced from bottling up pain or whatever it is. Let me know how y'all overcame it. Let me know how y'all conversations with your partner, your friend, whoever that may be. And yeah, man, put your people on. This for you and yours. Influence merch. The hoodies are, well, by the time y'all see this, it should be here. But hoodies is on the way. Beanies is here. The t-shirts is in. So y'all go ahead and rack up on y'all Influence merch, man. Be a part of this community. Support the brand. Support the wave. You already know. And prayerfully, y'all on path for what God has in store for you in your future, and being in a relationship with Him and learning and growing. And yeah. So y'all stay up, stay blessed. It's your boy Tay, this the Influence channel. Peace and love.